Today I will be reading my favorite parts from the book Manual of the Warrior of Light by Paulo Coelho. You can recognize a warrior of light by the look in his eye. Warriors of light are in the world. They form part of the world, and they were sent into the world without saddlebags or sandals. They are often cowardly. They do not always act correctly. Warriors of light are wounded by the most foolish things. They worry about trivialities. They believe themselves incapable of growing. Warriors of light sometimes believe themselves unworthy of any blessing or miracle. Warriors of light often ask themselves what they are doing here. Often they find their lives meaningless. That is why they are warriors of light, because they fail, because they ask questions, because they keep looking for a meaning, and in the end, they will find it. Each warrior of light contains within him the spark of God. His destiny is to be with other warriors, but sometimes he will need to practice the art of the sword alone when he is apart from his companions. He then, because of that, behaves like a star. He lights up his allotted part of the universe and tries to paint out galaxies and worlds to all those who gaze up at the sky. The warrior's persistence will soon be rewarded. Gradually, other warriors approach, and they join together to form constellations, each with their own symbols and mysteries. The warrior knows the importance of intuition. In the midst of battle, he does not have time to think about the enemy's blows, and so he uses his instinct and obeys his angel. In times of peace, he deciphers the signs that God sends him. People say he's mad. He lives in a fantasy world. How can he possibly believe in such illogical things? But the warrior knows that intuition is God's alphabet, and he continues listening to the wind and talking to the stars. The warrior knows that everyone is afraid of everyone else. This fear generally manifests itself in two ways: through aggression or through submission. They are two facets of the same problem. That is why, whenever he finds himself before someone who fills him with fear, the warrior reminds himself that the other person has the same insecurities as he has. He has surmounted similar obstacles and experienced the same problem, but he knows how to deal with the situation better. Why? Because he uses fear as an engine, not as a brake. The warrior learns from his opponent and acts in a like manner. The opponent is wise. Whenever he can, he makes use of the easiest and most effective of his weapons: gossip. It doesn't take much effort to use it because others do the work for him. A few misdirected words can destroy months of dedication, years spent in search of harmony. The warrior of light is often the victim of this trick. He does not know where the blow came from and cannot prove that the gossip is false. Gossip does not allow him the right to defend himself. It condemns without a trial. When this happens, he puts up with the consequences and the undeserved punishment, for, as he well knows, words are powerful. But he suffers in silence and never uses the same weapon to hit back at his opponent. The warrior of light is not a coward. The warrior of light is a believer. Because he believes in miracles, miracles begin to happen. Because he is sure what his thoughts can change his life begins to change. Because he is certain that he will find love, that love appears. Now and then he is disappointed. Sometimes he gets hurt. Then he hears people say, "He's so ingenious." But the warrior knows that it is worth it. For every defeat he has 2 victories in his favor. All believers know this. The warrior of light is always trying to improve. Every blow of his sword carries with it centuries of wisdom and meditation. Every blow needs to have the strength and skill of all the warriors of the past who, even today, continue to bless the struggle. Each movement during combat honors the movements that the previous generation tried to transmit through the tradition. The warrior develops the beauty of his blows. A warrior of light accepts his personal legend completely. His companions say he has remarkable faith. For a moment, the warrior feels proud, then immediately feels ashamed of what he has heard because he does not have as much faith as he appears to have. At that moment, his angel whispers, "You are only an instrument of the light. There is no reason to feel proud or to feel guilty. There are only reasons to be happy." And the warrior of light, aware now that he is but an instrument, feels calmer and more secure. There is such a thing as emotional rubbish. It is produced in the factories of the mind. It consists of pain that has long since passed and is no longer useful. It consists of precautions that were important in the past but serve no purpose in the present. The warrior has memories too, but he learns how to separate the useful from the unnecessary. He disposes of his emotional rubbish. A companion says, "But that is part of my history. Why should I trash feelings that marked my very existence?" The warrior smiles, but he does not try to feel things that he no longer feels. He is changing and he wants his feelings to keep pace with him. When the master sees that the warrior is depressed, he says, "You're not what you seem to be in these moments of sadness. You're better than that. Many have left for reasons we will never understand, but you are still here. Why did God carry off all those amazing people and leave you? By now, millions of people will have given up. They don't get angry, they don't weep, they don't do anything. They merely wait for time to pass. They have lost the ability to react. You, however, are sad. That proves that your soul is still alive." The warrior knows that the most important words are small words, like yes, love, God. They are words that are easy enough to say and which fill vast empty spaces. There is, however, one word, small word, that many people have great difficulty in saying. No. Someone who never says no thinks of himself as a generous, understanding, polite, because no is thought of being nasty, selfish, unspiritual. The warrior does not fall into this trap. There are times when, in saying yes to others, he's actually saying no to himself. That is why he never says yes with his lips if, in his heart, he is saying no. A warrior is never in a hurry. Time works in his favor. He learns to master his impatience and avoids acting without thinking. By walking slowly, he becomes aware of the firmness of his steps. He knows that he is taking part in a decisive moment in the history of humanity, and that he needs to change himself before he can transform the world. That is why he remembers. A revolution takes time to settle in. A warrior never picks the fruit while it is still green. The warrior has the qualities of a rock. When he's on flat terrain, everything around him is in harmony and he remains stable. People can build their houses upon him, and the storm will not destroy them. When, however, he is placed on a slope, and the things around him show neither balance nor respect, then he reveals his strength. He rolls toward the enemy that is threatening his peace. At such moments, the warrior is a devastating force, and no one can stop him. The warrior of light, once he has learned how to use a sword, discovers that his equipment is still incomplete. He needs armor. He sets off in search of this armor, and he listens to the advice of various salesmen. Use the breastplate of solitude, says one. Use the shield of cynicism, says another. The best armor is not getting involved in anything, says third. The warrior, however, ignores them. He calmly goes to his sacred place and puts on the indestructible cloak of faith. Faith parries all blows. Faith transforms poison into crystalline water. A warrior of light practices a powerful exercise for inner growth. He pays attention to the things he does automatically, such as breathing, blinking, or noticing the things around him. He does this when he feels confused, and in this way he feels himself free of tensions and allows his intuition to work more freely, without interference from his fears and desires. Certain problems that appeared to be insoluble are resolved. Certain sorrows from which he thought he would never recover vanish naturally. He uses this technique whenever he is faced with a difficult situation. The warrior knows that when a battle is worth fighting for, he bases his decisions on inspiration and faith. He nevertheless meets people who ask him to fight battles that are not of his own, on battlefields that he does not know or which do not interest him. They want to involve the warrior of light in contests that are important to them, but not to him. Often these are people close to the warrior of light, people who love him and trust in his strength, and who want him in some way to ease their anxieties. At such moment, he smiles and makes it clear to them that he loves them, but he does not take up the challenge. A true warrior of light always chooses his own battlefield. A warrior of light has no certainties. He just has a path to follow, a path to which he tries to adapt depending on the season. During battles that take place in the summer, he does not use the same equipment and techniques that he would use during battles that take place in winter. By being flexible, he no longer judges the world on the basis of right or wrong, but on the basis of the most appropriate attitude for that particular moment. He knows that his companions also have to adapt and is not surprised when they change their attitude. He gives each one the necessary time to justify his actions. When it comes to treachery, though, he is implacable. The world seems threatening and dangerous to cowards. They seek the false, the teeth, in order to defend what they think they possess. Cowards end up alone. He knows that if he does not do anything for the world, no one will. He fights the good fight and helps others, even though he does not quite understand why. God is sacrifice. Suffer in this life and you will be happy in the next. People who have fun are childish. Remain tense at all times. Other people know what is best for us because they have more experience. Our duty is to make other people happy. We must please them even if that means making major sacrifices. We must not drink from the cup of happiness. We might get to like it, and we won't always have it in our hands. We must accept all punishments. We are guilty. Fear is a warning. We don't want to take any risks. These are the commandments that no warrior of light can obey. This has been the reading of my favorite parts from the book Manual of the Warrior of Light by Paulo Coelho. Peace, health, and abundance. Welcome to the channel. Subscribe, like, join the community. Feel free to ask questions in the comments and share your story. Check out the audio courses. Human Design Basics is free for everyone. After that, there is Human Design Intermediate, Advanced, Projector Masterclass, and Elemental Balancing. There are discounted bundles. Check out the testimonials from happy students. In the League of Wonders community section, you can have one-on-one human design sessions. You can join the Sunday group support Zoom calls. You can check out and follow me on Instagram. I also host daily free stress release movement classes on the Insight Timer platform. For additional content and artwork, you can always download my free ebooks. You can check out my gallery and art portfolio, and you can buy some of my merchandise printed on many different products, my original designs. Also, if you are in need of graphic design work, don't hesitate to reach out. Finally, if you have any questions or comments, if you wish to come on my podcast or any other collaboration, icreatelines@gmail.com. Peace, health, and abundance to everyone. Are you a healer, a wizard, a medicine woman, an ambassador of holistic health in any form, looking for a place to offer your services to everyone and connect with others like yourself? Join us at AWAKENPEDIA as a partner, a growing platform that offers integration into the community with your talents and many possibilities like hosting events, participating in retreats for a broad audience, a space for showing your offerings to all members, and other magic. Bring your wisdom and the platform does the promotion for us. I am an affiliated partner with AWAKENPEDIA, so to join through me, click the link in the description and join us. Regular membership is also free for everyone. Everyone can also join as a member and gain access to all the services and wisdom the partners provide on AWAKENPEDIA. That link is also in the description and it's free for everyone. That's it for AWAKENPEDIA.